Hello and welcome to another 4-string beginner guitar lesson. So slightly different tune in this one compared to the previous two Louie Louie and Bad Moon Rising videos. This is now D, G, B, D. So it's basically one step higher if we were comparing it to a regular 6-string guitar. This is like strings 4, 3, 2, 1. And beginner level, so we are sticking with 3 chords, making it nice and easy. This is of course La Bamba, one of the all-time classics. Probably the most widely known version is the 1958 Ritchie Valens one. Sadly, he was on the same plane, I do believe, as Buddy Holly that went down, so that was another career cut short, but we can still learn the tune. Great fun to play, hopefully not too difficult. I did a full sort of picky version which sounds more similar to the original guitar riff, and then a bit more of a strumming version afterwards. So if you've not been playing for very long, hopefully you can get your fingers around these chord shapes and at least do the strumming version, but I'll go through both of them. And because this is a slightly different tuning to the previous one, there is a different chord dictionary PDF available for download. So this would be for D, G, B, D tuning. So there's a link up there, or it's in the text description below. And I reckon let's just get straight on with having a look at the tune. So here's our tuning. We've got string 4, which is now a D. String 3 is G. String 2 is a B. And string 1 is a D. So I just went into detail a little bit on the how comparing these two tunings in the initial intro video, which was a couple of months ago. Also compared it to this to different instruments. So this is actually almost like a bluegrass 5-string banjo, apart from we don't have the extra peg, the high drone string starting at fret 5. So apart from that one, these strings are exactly the same as strings 1 to 4 on a banjo. But we are playing La Bamba, so we are in the original key. So this particular song has C, F and G in it, and it's exactly the same all the way through. And this is the same key as the original, so once you've learnt it you can jam along with Ritchie himself, but because, like I said, it's very simple, it's the same chords all the way through. I've not bothered doing a song chart for this one, but you can obviously check out the chord dictionary PDF for this tuning if you want. And so the chords are C to start with, and so this is, let's go with finger 1 first, so it's at fret 1 of the 2nd string, finger 2 is at fret 2 of the low 4th string, and then finger 3 is tucking in on fret 2 of string 1. And then what I'm doing is I'm trying to bridge round so that I'm not catching string 3, which is an open G. There it is, there's a nice bridge, so I can hear all 4 strings. So like I was saying, I went into quite a lot of detail about how to fret different chord shapes in Bad Moon Rising, so you can have a brief look over that. And also in the previous Louie Louie, I was talking about how to sort of hold a pick and strum with it, so you can check that out as well. Both of those are useful. You can just check segments, even though it's different tuning, it will give you an idea. But basically bridging means you got to curl and use the final 2 joints of your fingers, so you get over the top of the strings and you don't catch the ones underneath. Now, 3-fingered chord, we're going to a 4-fingered chord, but it's not as difficult as it necessarily looks, because we've got a common note here. So I'm going to keep finger 1 in place, and what I'm going to do is reposition these 2, and I'm going to go for fret 2 on the 3rd string with finger 2, fret 3 on the 4th string with finger 3, and then just drop that pinky finger down, and that is an F. Check my fingers are quite diagonal, so where we were barring in the other songs, the fingers are very much in line with the frets here. To get this shape, it's very diagonal. Now, whenever you've got finger 1 physically lower down in the shape, you can sometimes cradle, get your thumb over the top. It can actually make it feel more relaxed. So that is absolutely fine to do. So here's C. Keep finger 1 in place, fret 2, fret 3 on string 3, string 4, and fret 3 on string 1. That's an F. Now, we can just strum the open strings for G, because the 3rd chord is G, but we can also take that shape, move it up 2 frets, and have a slightly higher sound in G. I reckon let's use this one, because we can definitely use this when we do the full picking version as well. So we got C, and then hold finger 1 in place, there's the F, and then just shift the whole thing up, there's G. Now we've got 2 beats per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's basically that all the way through. So you do 2 beats on G and you go back to F. So C for 2, F for 2, G for 2, F for 2 on repeat. And I reckon that's quite good to do to start with. Don't worry at all about any of the sort of fancy strumming. Make sure this hand is able to change between all of the all 3 shapes smoothly before we add the rhythm. And when we do add the rhythm, let's go long on the first C, and then we'll do a down up, and then we'll change to the F, and we'll do 3 strums on the F, and then we'll actually change to the G half a beat early. So it's down on the C, down, up, F, down, up, down, change to G and hit it with an up. And then that's rung over. We can come back in with the, after a slight gap, up, down, and then down, up, down, back on the F. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, ring over, up, down, down, up, down. And the timing here is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4. And to be honest, you could just play it like that, and that would be absolutely fine, because the original's quite a fast song. It is, with this click, about 150. So you can hear there's quite a lot of energy there. It's motoring along, you know, and so that rhythm is perfectly good. That sounds ace. You can, for a little bit of a break, a bit of variation, you can sometimes hang on the G as well. So don't go back to the F at the end. So here's the main sequence going back to F, but maybe at the end of each phrase stay on G and then start again, just for a little bit of variation. Now, getting closer to the picked full version with the strumming, what we can do is downstrokes emphasize the low upstrokes emphasize the high strings. So say if we went like this, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. It's very similar, but it's 2 ups, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. That is getting a bit closer to the riff, you know, so you could maybe try that if you wanted. Doing the actual riff itself though, there's a little pickup which we'll just look at, and then we'll put it into the mix in a minute. So it's open G, open string 3, and then it's frets 2 and 4 on that same string. That's it, 3 notes, and then you straight into C. Now I was actually holding that first finger in place because it's E, because we've got to land the C quite quickly. So that might work. We'll come back to that. And similar rhythm, basically the same rhythm as to the strumming, but we're now doing 1 strum on the C, and then we're going to pick from the C chord just strings 2 and 1 and 2, and then we do the same sort of thing from the F, and that is strum and then pick 1 and 2 again, and then strum the G. So it's C, pick strings 1 and 2, strum the F, pick strings 1 and 2, downstroke on the G. And when I pick these single notes, I'm going to use upstrokes on 1 and 2. So I'm going down on the chord, up, up, down, up, down. And then holding this G chord, I'm now going to pick separately strings 4, 3, 2. So just those 3 notes. Go back to F and strum and play string 1 on its own after the strum, and then right at the end we're playing fret 2 on, so that's the F, we're playing this fret 3 note, and then just that's on string 1, and then just on string 1 drop down with your second finger to fret 2, and then play the open string. Final F, play that fret 3 on its own, finger 2 drops down to play fret 2 open. So that's from the G going into the F. Let's just do that second half. So we've strummed the G, it rings over, and we play strings from the G shape, 4, 3, 2, drop down to the F, strum it, and then play string 1, I'm holding fret 3 there, and then play string 1 again, drop down to fret 2 with your second finger and play the open. And then back to C, strum, this is a long note, strings 1, 2, F, 1, 2, strum, strings 4, 3, 2, F, strum, string 1, then 1 again, 1 again. And just going over the picking one more time. So when I speed it up, I like to go down, up, down, up, down. Now here, because it's offbeat, I'm going to go up, down, because at fast tempos, it kind of goes a bit more smoothly into the down strum on the F. So I'll hit the first G with a down, let it ring over, and I'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that second half's a bit more difficult. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Because again, it's pretty fast. So I wouldn't recommend going at it at that speed straight away. You know, go dead slowly, play on your own. The rhythm's quite easy, it's not particularly offbeat, so as long as you developed a bit of picking accuracy, you should be okay. And the fantastic YouTube feature of knocking stuff down to 0.75, if you go to the settings in the video, if you find that La Bamba, then you'll be playing at 75%, which makes a massive difference. Okay, that's it. I hope this one's fun to learn, and we'll be back very soon with some more beginner chord 4-string lessons. I think we might well be stepping back to the GDGB for the next lesson, and we've never done Johnny Cash, so let's try some Johnny Cash. Great fun to play this one, absolute classic. So watch for that, and I'll see you here again soon on Coda Guitar.